Well, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, it's not looking good for Section 31. There are a lot of mainstream reviews out now because originally it was just people who had seen parts of the film who sort of had their insiders who were saying it's not good. And then the preview was held, and there were some people who was sort of pushing the embargo a bit and saying that it wasn't great either. It seemed to be ranging from contradictory reviews of, oh, it's like Discovery, dark and violent and not Star Trek. Then other people saying it's sort of like trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy or some sort of bad retro 80s science fiction action movie or something, and it doesn't work on either level. It doesn't give you Star Trek or, you know, a counter to that of being dark and edgy and everything. So I saw a couple of reviews, like there was one from The Hollywood Reporter. It said Section 31, not even Michelle Yeoh can save Paramount Plus's subpar spin-off movie. IGN had a post saying Star Trek Section 1 is nothing but a lousy, uninteresting caper picture with middling special effects, bad acting, cringe-worthy dialogue, and characters you don't care about. It went on in the review. They gave it a 2, I'm guessing out of 10, and they said Section 31 will infuriate Star Trek fans and bore everyone else. It is rate and derivative and doesn't even look good. Michelle Yeoh has a moment here and there where she shows off a cool fight move, but that's the only thing that's keeping it from getting a number 1 from us, which is our lowest score. So it's been called by Empire a bland comedy spacecapade. ING also said it was blandly going where no one should go. Trek Central, they're not saying anything, and actually they blocked me, so why am I paying attention to them? Engadget, I'm not sure how to say that place. Section 31 review, an embarrassment from start to end. Den of Geek, badly goes where everyone has gone before. So it's not looking good. 100 minutes of generic schlock. Section 31 will infuriate fans, bore everyone else. I've seen that. Ultimately, Section 31 is your typical action movie with a predictable plot and little character development. There's just nothing good I'm seeing, and nothing I've seen through all the posts that I've seen in the last day or so. None of them are good. Section 31 becomes so boring and ugly that it no longer can be seen as bad Star Trek. Heck, it can't even be called bad sci-fi or bad genre work. No one has anything good to say about this. It's goofy and silly, ridiculous. No one's got anything good to say about this. Sadly, Section 31 is Star Trek in a face-punching, forced interrogation, cheek-stabbing, eye-gouging, thoughtless grid mark register. That was from I can't pronounce the name of that magazine. Site, whatever. So no one has anything good to say about this. I haven't seen anything good. So it seems that while they sold it as this dark, edgy response to how lame Star Trek's, positive future, where it's a utopian future and everything, they've tried to make it into this cynical, dark, dystopian thing that generic science fiction fans will love, because that's what generic science fiction is. For the most part, it's just dark, dystopian. Look how bad things are. Look how bad they're going to get. It's the same thing all the time. And Star Trek was the one series that didn't do that. That they were the response to all the other generic science fiction, and that's what made them special and unique. That's why people loved the show, why it became a phenomenon, why generations of people loved it and wanted to, maintain that universe with, merchandise and, following the new shows and everything. And they've just thrown that away in some lame attempt to get the general media by going dark and gritty and violent and sexy, and that was what they were sort of selling this, to a lesser extent the other New Trek shows, but especially Section 31 and this film. And they've ended up just getting this bland in-between, doesn't please anyone. It doesn't please the haters who want dark and violent and gritty, and it doesn't please the original Star Trek fans. It just sits there and embarrasses itself. I saw a photo of the guy in the mech suit, and I was just so embarrassed as a Star Trek fan to think that people will look at that and think that's what Star Trek is, and that's what I love. And when I talk about Star Trek, that's the image they've got in their head. it's degrading, and it's insulting, and I hate it. And I just want this to come and go and be forgotten about. And it's just sad, because imagine what could have happened if they'd spent this money on an actual Star Trek film, on an actual lost era Star Trek film, where we got to see, you know, ships that were in between Next Gen and the original series, and had some of the maybe cameos from the original series cast that was still alive. They could have done something really interesting with this, or just gone to another era of Star Trek. There's so many to pick from. If you're just going to do a random movie, you can go anywhere you want in the Star Trek universe. Instead, they do the anti-Star Trek Section 31, and it just looks like, it just looks awful. No one's got anything good to say about it. And I just hope it comes and goes, and they actually, you know, make an actual Star Trek film with their next project.